Hi, Evelyn. How you doing? I got your work up here, your Word document, and I see you got a good start here. You've got your logo rules, placement rules. Then you have your palette, your color palette with the CMYK and RGB equivalent values, and then you're showing your typefaces, and you're off to a great start. Now, one thing I want to mention is that this should be in presentation format. And what I mean by that is it really should be in a format that is really accessible. And remember, this is visual communication. So anytime you have a chance to show what you're talking about, show it, and as well as the written description. So right here, you should show this. And also, conversely, you have description, fonts, and production and marketing pieces, Helvetica. You have to show where these are going to be used. And I can give you some examples. Like, for example, right now, you're not even showing your logo. So that's something that should be come down into your presentation. Let me show you a couple of things during the week that I think are going to help you tremendously. So we go back here to the discussion board, and way up at the top of the discussion board in the very first post, I have this how to complete must read. Okay, so check that out and definitely watch the whole video. I know it's long, it's like 13 minutes long, and I'm sorry for that, but there's a lot covered here, and it's not an assignment that'll just like be like, oh yeah, this is easy to do, I can just rip this right off. It's really got to concentrate here and take a look at some examples. I think that will really help. So definitely take a look at the video and go through this step by step. Okay, got some more examples here, and then at the very bottom I've got this gallery low res PDF, and you can see that if we download that, we open that guy up, and that's just a fantastic example of how to do this. Okay, here's just page after page of examples of how to do this in presentation format. Okay, and then so I don't need that. I can close that. I showed you where that's at right there at the bottom of that first announcement. And then also these get rid of that. And also these examples here, right here. There's another, and that's in learning activities. So let's jump over to week 5 learning activities, and then we go to strengthening a symbol's effect. So let's open that guy up, and you can see right here are some really good examples of how to format this. This shows the live area for your letterhead, shows where the logo needs to go, and it shows exactly how to assemble that as such. And then your description here, and then you have your corporate business cards. Does the same thing here, describes everything that's going on there. Then you have this corporate fact sheet, which we're not going to include the corporate fact sheet. We're just doing the business card and the letterhead. But definitely take a look at that. And you have your promotional items. And you can include that as well. The only thing here that we're not really required to do is the fact sheet. I would rather, if you want to add something, just do the envelope. That would be great if you were to do the letterhead, business card, the envelope, and then promotional items. And then just to wrap things up, I just want to do this. Amy does a lot of studying before she posts. And I think Amy's posts are always pretty spot on. I mean, she does a lot of research. And this week is no exception. So if we take a look at Amy's presentation, it's very, very, very good. So here is my video for Amy's presentation. So if you take a look at that, you can definitely see my comments based on her presentation, but you can also see her presentation, which I'll show you right here. Okay, so see how she shows the logo. Starts with, let me back off that a little bit. Okay, so she starts by showing the logo. Then here's a contents page, and then she gets in an introduction where she's describing everything that the viewer is going to be looking at in the next couple of pages. Here's brand corporate color with the color palette, brief description of the color. Then we get on to typography, where she describes where she's using the typography. I would have liked to have seen visual examples here of exactly where these are going, but as you can see, it's pretty complete. Then the logo, here's the logo, and then here's the actual description of the logo, and then here is where we have the logo, where it's placed on the letterhead, where it's placed on the business card, and then here's a couple of using logo with collateral pieces. Now, as far as where you're showing where the logo goes and all the stuff like that, it's like this is probably not going to be final. All I really want out of this project here, this assignment, is for you to show me that you understand what goes into a style guide. Okay, so these are likely to change next week when you design your letterhead, business card, and envelope. But as long as you just show me that you understand that in developing a style guide, you have to place your logo and show where it's, how far it is from the top, how far it is from the side. Same thing with your business card, your letterhead, envelope, and that you understand how to assemble a style guide as such. Okay, and so that would be my recommendations. I think that right now you've got the bare bones, definitely. You got a good foundation, but we just need to get this in presentation format. And I just want to mention also, if this is easier for you to assemble this in Illustrator or InDesign and export as a PDF, I'm perfectly fine with that. I understand it's difficult to try to design in Word, and I think that it will be just as effective as if you were to design this in InDesign and then export to PDF, and I'm perfectly fine with that, or in Illustrator as well. Okay, so go ahead and make those adjustments and resubmit your final presentation, and we'll take it from there. Okay, any questions, give me a holler. Thanks.